We are here at New Hope High School with the assassin, which I named, Kaylee Yarbrough from New Hope High School, one of the fastest rising stars in the state of Alabama in basketball. And at this time, we're going to get to know this young lady, a little bit about her past and her career and how she got to this point to where she's one of the most sought after players in the state of Alabama. Kaylee, first of all, I'd like to say thank you for coming on with us. It's always a pleasure getting to cover your games, but we're going to rewind the clock, take us back to your childhood. What was your childhood like? And you grew up here in New Hope, correct?
Yes, correct.
What was that like growing up here in New Hope, Alabama?
Well, all my life I've been playing basketball, but I also was a softball player as well. So it was kind of like rotating between the two, like all year. I mean, on non-stop. But I didn't really have a favorite, so like eventually I had to pick. But it was either me playing in basketball tournaments during the summer or me playing in softball tournaments. And it got to the point where it was like, I got to pick between two because it's too much. So I picked basketball because, I mean, I started basketball when I was younger. Like, in the house, I was just, like, shooting all the time on the little goal, dribbling around. And that's just what, like, stood out to me. So I picked basketball eventually. And it was hard because I also love softball. Like, I saw myself going to play college for softball and basketball. Basketball, too. But I picked basketball, so.
Now, when you were growing up, what made you gravitate towards one or the other? Were they equally, like when you were growing up, the love for both of them about equal?
Yeah, it was about equal, but like my dad, he liked softball more than basketball when I was like younger. So I just kind of grew into basketball because I'd always go like watch games with my grandpa and stuff because like he would go to like UAH and he would take me with him and all his buddies. So I just kind of like grew up around that. And it just, like, brought me closer, I guess. And then I told my dad, like, I was like, I don't know, I just see myself playing basketball. So he kind of started watching the game, learning it, and I was in the gym with him every day working. So he kind of grew into, like, loving basketball more than softball, so.
That's legit.
Yeah.
So you've been asked to come on varsity at an early age here. You pretty much didn't have a middle school career.
No.
So you were asked to step up in a big role. What was those early days like? Was there girls you were intimidated by? Was there girls you looked up to on the team at that time, or how was that?
Yeah, like I looked up to all the like juniors and seniors. Like I was kind of scared coming in because I was like, I'm like the littlest one on the team. Like I don't want to like do something to make them feel like I'm trying to be better or something like that, you know. But they kind of took me in, so it was easy. So yeah.
So when you first got up here at varsity, was it shocking? Like your first varsity game? Do you remember it? Was you nervous?
Yes, it was actually at Wattsburg Christian. I was so nervous. Oh my gosh. I was like shaking. But yeah, I think it was like I didn't score till like the second half because I was so like scared to touch the ball because I was looking out there and I was like, they're all like 10 times bigger than me. No. So yeah, but eventually it just got normal and I just started doing my thing. So.
When you go, you don't have normal off seasons like most kids do. Like. No. Most people live at the beach and hang out or whatever. Yeah. What does an off season look like for you?
Off season for me is.
Or is there an off season?
No, not really.
Gotcha.
But I'm always in the gym, so off season for me is like I get to hang out with my friends or whatever during the day, but I got to put in work at least at some point in the day. If it's training, coming in the gym, shoot, working out, something.
No doubt.
It's never a day off.
You spend a lot of time with your trainer as well.
Yes.
What is that like? What does those days look like? I know there got to be some grueling, grinding days.
Some days it lasts about 3 hours, but come in, we do a little skill work, like dribbling, then we get into our mid-range, working on that, and then sometimes we'll get together and we'll play like games like 3-on-3 with the boys, because he brings in boys from like Huntsville and Austin and stuff, so it's good competition. So
yeah, so that
yeah,
iron sharpens iron in that situation.
Yeah.
So when we first met you, you were at Jacksonville and you won the regional MVP, and you guys went to the Final Four. That's the first time we met you, and you guys made it to the Final Four. You were a ninth grader then, so obviously early in your career, you've been looked to as a leader on this team, and nothing's changed. Talk about that. When did those days happen where you were like, Coach came to you and was like, "Hey, look, I know you're young, but we got to have you as a leader"?
He told me that from the get-go, but, I was like, I'm too little for this. Like, that was going on in my mind. I was like, they're, like, way older than me. But I'd say it was when we first made it to the regionals. He was like, okay, it's your time to step up and, prove to them that this is, like, your team. You got to put them on your back, show leadership. But I'd say this year is, like, really the time I have to step up because we lost all our big role leaders. So me and Jada really have to step up this year.
Yeah. From last year's team, this year's team, you lost some size and everything.
Yeah.
No doubt. Now, you made regional MVP again and went to the Final Four again as a sophomore. What was different between that freshman and sophomore year?
I say I had more confidence than I did freshman year. Freshman year, I was like, it's kind of new for me. I was just, I don't know, kind of timid. But last year, I came into it and I had more confidence. So. Yeah,
because I know you guys. Last year, I come and watch you play. It's like you guys would do really good, and then you'd struggle a bit, and you'd do really good, and you'd struggle a bit.
Yeah.
But even in Jacksonville, you had some adversities, and you overcame it to make it down to Birmingham. Mm-hmm. What was the message when you guys were in the huddle right there in Jacksonville? Because you guys were in some tight games.
Oh, yeah.
What was the message right there that helped get you over the edge back to Jacksonville?
I mean, he really just, like, there's nothing he really could say. It was all up to us. He was like, this is what you've been working for. You got to pull through. It's like, stop letting everything else affect, just focus on the game and, like, win it for us. So we had to put everything else aside and just.
Now, you got how many offers total now?
5.
5 offers. When you got your first one, what was that like?
It was, like, pretty exciting for me. I was, like, so happy. I was just blessed. I don't know. It was a good feeling.
Validation for the hard work you put in, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And usually when you get that first one, the others come. The beautiful part about your story is they came early. So you guys obviously, or you actually got your first one when you were what? 9th grade, 10th grade?
9th grade.
9th grade.
Yeah.
That's great. What was that like? I mean, most people are on the 9th grade team in 9th grade, and you're getting offered by colleges.
It was kind of crazy. I was like, hard work pays off, so.
Ain't no doubt. Those 3 hours a day when everybody else is hanging out and playing video games and stuff stayed off. You also play with the Southern Starz and the EYBL, a level. So it's not just like a travel team.
Yeah.
What has that been like? And have you seen some people that really just blew your mind that you got to play against?
Playing for the EYBL is like, there's so much great competition. It's it really challenges you. So it's fun also. You get a good competition out of it, but it's also fun and fun experience. You get to travel lots of places. And it's just seeing a bunch of different competition, even the size level and the strength in the game is so much faster.
That's right. Than high school ball?
Oh, yeah.
What's the biggest difference between the two, would you think?
I'd say the speed of the game. It's so much faster in EYBL.
Sometimes you don't, and this is no knock against your area or anything, but sometimes you don't see that till you get to regionals or state, correct?
Yeah.
But how much more prepared do you think you'll be this year playing on that level? Heading into this year, not only from a physical standpoint, but a mental standpoint of, okay, I've seen this before.
I think that I'll be pretty prepared because, I'm getting used to it. I'm going to be playing in this all summer. So, if I've played this, then, there's really nothing I can't.
Sure. Nothing's going to shock you.
Yeah, nothing's going to.
Who are some of your Southern Star teammates that you've really bonded with?
Haley Charter. I'm really close to her. We got really close. I did play, last year I was really close to Leah Childress, but she's not playing for them anymore. But, and also Caitlin, I don't remember her last name, but Caitlin, we're pretty close. And then Macy, who moved in, she's from Mississippi, she came to the Southern Starz this year.
Gotcha. What do you think about Mr. Doug Bush?
I love him, but it's tough playing for him, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But if you can play for him, you can play for anybody. So
I like Doug because he helps out a lot. It is tough.
Uh-huh.
Anything in life that's worth having is always tough.
Yeah.
I remember at JSU, he's sitting there with Coach Stewart from Alabama, and I walked by and I was like, "What?" They're just sitting there talking, and he's looking over some of the girls, or she was looking over some of the girls recruiting stuff. So that's the guy you want in your corner, so to speak.
Yeah.
Now you've got a new coach here now.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like when you got the announcement that you were getting a new coach? Just for you personally, how did you feel?
Well, I actually played for the coach that we have now, like travel ball, like I think 3 years ago. So I'm already kind of used to him, but I mean, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, it's sad that Coach McGill left, but I mean, I'm excited to play for him because I think he's going to do great things in the program now.
So you guys have a comfortable level. You've already been coached by expectations, but now when you move it over to this situation where he's got you for 2 years, you've already got the offers, you've already got the accolades. People all over the state know who you are now, and now you've lost some people. A lot of this weight's going to be on your shoulders. I mean, what's his message to you now? Because he's counting on you as much as you're counting on him.
He's just like, do what you got to do. Don't let me hold you back from anything. He was like, you go out there and do what you know to do. So he said, I'm just going to be along here for the way. So
it's going to be interesting. So in your mind, what is your mindset heading into this year? You know, you got 2 more years. This is an all-important year right here. I mean, this is the year that you can really make some strides. Obviously, a state championship is your ultimate goal, but in your mind, what is your mindset heading into this year?
I think my mindset, or my biggest mindset, is I got to step up and like be the role model, be the leader to the younger girls, because most of them didn't get much playing time. So me and Jada have to show them, you know, like what it's like, what we have to do, like how much time and effort you have to put into this if we want to go where we need to be.
No doubt.
So
you mentioned Jada. She's a spark plug, is what I call her. She's tenacious on the court. What has it been like playing with her? It's so fun to watch you guys play off each other. I mean, it's special, really, honestly. But what's it been like, in your words, playing with her?
I love playing with Jada. Like we became so comfortable with each other on the court. Like we know we got each other's back. So I mean, if she's down, I'm gonna pick her up and be like, you know, you got this. It's okay. You can count on me. And then if I'm down, she'll do the same thing. So, I mean, we just built that connection together on the court. So,
do you guys have you see this with teammates over the years that's played together, but not maybe on the level. I'm not talking about like NBA level, like Stockton and Malone, but you guys seem to have a different sense to where each other's at. Is that something you developed over time, or I don't know, it's just something that looks natural out there?
I think we definitely developed that because, like, coming in, we were both kind of shy. We didn't really talk, but we had to, you know, pitch in. We were like, you know, we have to be able to work together if we're going to want to get where we need to be. So I think it just built over time.
How competitive are you guys at practice with one another?
Oh, it's really competitive. I remember, like, last year, Coach McGill, he would always put us on separate teams, so we were just going at each other. But we know it's just to get us better, so. Is
there any trash talking going on?
No. Me and her both do not trash talk. Like,
really?
No.
Man, that'd be so fun. I want to hear some juicy stories. Guess we ain't going to get those. She's also got offers as well. When you see a teammate like that you know has worked and grinded and they get an offer, that's got to be feeling special to you as well, I'm sure.
Yeah, because like I know that feeling because me and her both, we're in here, most of the time we're in here together in the gym, so it's just a good feeling.
Now, your mom and dad are both very involved. They're very good people. I've met both of them, talked to both of them extensively. Talk about their role in your life and how special that's been.
They've got me where I am today. They put in like all the effort and money and time to get me like playing at better levels, get me training sessions. Dad used to be, like before I started training, me and him were in the gym every day together, putting up shots, working. He was like my trainer. So, I thank a lot of them for that.
Do you think you could take your dad one-on-one right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What?
For sure.
We may have to film this. I'm going to ask him when he gets in here. He's in here somewhere. I'm going to ask him big thing. So you can beat your dad. That had to be a big hurdle. You honestly think you can beat him one-on-one?
Oh, yeah.
What about a free throw contest?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Dad, come on.
He can't really shoot.
What about who can hit a softball better?
Dad can, for sure. He can crush it.
Dad's over there.
He used to play in like a men's league or something, so yeah.
So he knows what's up. All right, so I'll quit picking on you about that. But all right, before we shut this video down, what would you like to say to like your parents, for your friends, everybody that supported you on this journey so far? Yeah, as a sophomore and you're heading into your junior year, what would you like to say to them, even the fans of the school?
I just want to say thank you for staying with me through this ride, and we still got 2 more years, so thank you for all the support, and I'm excited for this year and next year.
Thank you so much, young lady. We'll have this video up soon, and good luck to you this year.
Thank you.